major Arizona cities, including Phoenix, Mesa, and Tucson, declaring a state of emergency. Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego calling it a life or death decision.
And restaurants will need to move to takeout, delivery, or drive-through service only. Mayor Gallego told us she made that decision after speaking to healthcare leaders, and she said she knows this will hurt financially, but it's the only way to try to stop the spread of the coronavirus. She said hospital workers believe the virus is about to overrun our community.
Worried customers have been snapping up everything in sight. Store shelves nationwide are dwindling or totally empty, like at this Target near Washington, D.C. In some places, the scarcity of staples, such as pasta and soap, causing chaos.
See, you just left the floor, man. Coronavirus. Are you taking this vote too seriously wearing a mask right now?
Look, members of Congress are human petri dishes. We fly through the dirtiest airports. We touch everyone we meet. So if anyone's going to get coronavirus, it's probably going to be Congress.
As Americans stock up on cleaning and sanitizing supplies to protect against the coronavirus. As products run scarce, some retailers are vastly increasing prices of the items. It's called gouging.
Into a Los Angeles Costco this morning with this warning: supplies are being rationed to keep up with the unprecedented coronavirus panic shopping. Customers run down store aisles at full speed and then quickly start loading up their carts. Within moments of this Costco opening, a sea of shoppers came back to this area where the water and paper goods are stored. Our camera crews were allowed exclusive access inside the store before it opened. This Costco is getting deliveries around the clock. As you can see, a lot of water and paper goods, and within an hour, all of this will be gone.
As many in our Asian American neighborhoods are reporting that foot traffic is down and business has slowed to a halt. Even more troubling, we are seeing a disturbing rise in hate-filled attacks. This has now led some to worry about how to defend themselves, and gun sales are actually up in certain neighborhoods.
It's disturbing and disheartening.
If you are from China, I'm surprised they even get you over here.
We're talking about racially motivated crimes inspired by fear over the coronavirus.
Now I'm going to share it to my family.
Why did they do that to this car? My heart just sunk.
This car vandalized in California. The language too disturbing to show you. And the Chandy family is devastated. Anna, in tears, forced to explain to her child what the racial slurs mean.
Why are they being racist to us? We don't even have the coronavirus.
And then there's this video, posted to Facebook, now part of an NYPD hate crime investigation.
So move.
The video, horrifying. An Asian American minding his own business as a total stranger berates him before spraying him with Febreze. New York City's transit department now calling this incident racist.
Governor Ducey adopting the CDC's recommendation that there be no gatherings of more than 50 people for the next 8 weeks.
Hello everyone, my name is Frosty Sprinklez. At this present time, I wanted to talk to you guys about an ongoing pandemic that's been happening around the country called coronavirus, or COVID-19 is what scientists claim, and how my lifestyle has changed forever since my state has been declared a state of emergency. Before I start discussing about the coronavirus, I just want to let you guys know that I am perfectly healthy. So far I haven't experienced any symptoms or sore throat, and I also have been washing my hands thoroughly and use hand sanitizer on a daily basis. But I think, or I might be becoming a germaphobe, guys. Okay, as long as I keep my hands clean, I don't have to worry about getting sick from the coronavirus. Although I have to maintain social distancing away from my friends and family, not because for my safety, but for the sake of everyone's health. So it's not really fun being alone without having any company, but I do usually keep tabs with them every day to see how they've been doing. At least I can just video chat, or call them at any time. Although, on the downside, my brother ended up getting sick a few days ago, so he had to make an appointment for his doctor to get tested for the coronavirus. But good news, he's been tested negative, so I'm glad that he hasn't been contracted with the disease. Yet. Anyway, I've been very busy working 10-hour night shifts for Amazon, so I'm unable to publish any of my videos on my YouTube channel for the past 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm sorry for the inconvenience, since they had to update my work schedule for changes as to encourage quote-unquote social distancing. But most of my videos I uploaded are showed as unlisted, so you can still access it and watch my videos on my channel, which I'll have plans to edit my videos soon, so don't worry. If you guys haven't been following up with this story, it's some sort of a superbug that's immune to modern drugs and cold medicine that's come from Wuhan, which this disease can attack the person's lungs and can be fatal for seniors, cancer patients, or others who had a history of underlying medical conditions like asthma or surgery. It's common for patients to make a full recovery after contracting the disease for 2 weeks, since their immune system can combat against this deadly virus. But that doesn't mean that we're invincible, or we're capable, since we're about on our 20s. Also, I wanted to make it very clear that I'm not a medical professional, so if you guys do really want to learn about this disease and how you can avoid it, I totally recommend that you should watch Curious Droid's channel. He's got a solid explanation on how this disease is capable to infect people compared to the 1918's Spanish flu. And I'll also leave other links as a resource in the description below. The reason I'm making this video is because millennials like us need to fully understand the ramifications of this superbug. It's not just your everyday common flu, and this flu can mutate over time for the next few months. We don't know exactly how it can mutate, but it's important that everyone should start practice hygiene and social distancing, no matter how big or small these cases pop up every day. Because right now, the government is running out of testing kits. Yes, they are running out of testing kits, despite the fact that they have promised many times, claiming that they'll be shipping testing kits for everyone to be tested for the coronavirus. So there's no telling how long we will have to wait until we're able to get free testing kits to accommodate everyone living in the United States. Even medical facilities are also running out of medical supplies too, like surgical masks, swabs, hand sanitizers, disposable gloves, and most importantly, which is, I kind of think it's ironic, toilet paper. Everyone has started stockpiling cleaning supplies, especially with all the toilet paper being completely gone. It's not just the toilet paper and cleaning supplies. They also start buying food, snacks, spaghetti noodles, tin cans, even with all the beverages are gone. I'm guessing that the mainstream media has been spreading stories and fear-mongering about this disease every day ever since they've been following up with this story 2 months ago. Now, most people say that it's a good thing that they've been keeping us posted every day, but in my opinion, I say this is just pure ignorance. Honestly, I don't understand how these so-called journalists are reporting this story if they don't have a clue what the fuck this virus is capable of. They're pretending that they know the facts and fully understand about the dangers of COVID-19, but all I see is a bunch of pancake mixers blabbermouthing about Trump while they're just praising the Democrat Party's actions, which honestly they have no fucking clue what they're doing. If that's ironic, I don't know if Chris Cuomo is either about to pop out like a balloon or on the urge to snap with mental flashbacks.
That's CNN anchorman Chris Cuomo lashing out at a Trump supporter who insulted him.
I'll throw you down these stairs like a punk.
What was the big insult? The guy called him Fredo.
Don't insult me like that. I didn't insult you. You called me Fredo. You know my name's not Fredo.
He's referring, of course, to Fredo Corleone, the loser brother from The Godfather.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
For Cuomo, whose big brother Andrew is the governor of New York State, it's a big-time slur.
Fredo is from The Godfather. He was that weak brother. Isn't that your brother? They use it as an Italian aspersion. Any of you Italian? Are you Italian? It's an insult to your people. It's an insult to your people. It's like the N-word for us.
The video is going viral today to the delight of the president, who is no fan of Cuomo's.
What Cuomo did was horrible. His language was horrible. He looked like a total out-of-control animal. He lost it.
CNN says Cuomo's rant was justified. Chris Cuomo defended himself when he was verbally attacked with the use of an ethnic slur in an orchestrated setup, the network said in a statement. We completely support him.
At this point, I completely lost interest in the mainstream media years ago, and I have zero respect for Chris Cuomo's actions for his lack of repulsive behavior. But I honestly don't care if it was justified for his actions. CNN can say whatever they want to say on the network, no matter the consequences or how controversial they discuss the subject matter, because at the end of the day, nobody gives a shit. I think watching international news to learn more about COVID-19 is completely useless at this modern day age. They don't really go into full detail or cut to the chase on how you can prevent this disease, or how is it dangerous compared to other superbugs that inherit similar traits. I say similar traits because nobody knows where this coronavirus came from, but many sources claim it came from bats. However, there's no evidence to support that this disease came from animals. We only know that this virus originally came from Wuhan, China. As far as I know, nobody had no clue of how and when this virus has started, but China government officials were involved, and they only knew this pandemic was coming. There's been speculation that the virus was developed to use for a biochemical weapon, but China has denied these claims. It's like watching a horror movie set from Contagion, but H1N1 is way worse than COVID-19, because H1N1 managed to kill more than 17,000 people plus 1,800 children, so that equals up to 18,800 American deaths. COVID-19, on the other hand, only focuses on attacking the victim's lungs, but it only affects people who have a weaker immune system. I'm tough. I can take it. I grew up with nomads when I was 10 years old.
How about two kids who might have come through the phone recently?
Independent content creators have started making videos about the coronavirus as they discuss their videos about the superbug compared to the Spanish flu. However, the mainstream media as well as YouTube would rather demonetize content creators for bringing up contagious diseases that have been eradicated centuries ago, because they think it's humane to talk about H1N1 or the Spanish flu, since I'm guessing they think it could cause more panic. But judging of how these news anchors are handling the situation, spreading misinformation about the coronavirus is laughable, and they should be held accountable for their actions, since CNN's stories are mostly fake and pro-Democrat, while Fox News is pro-conservative, which they also do the same. When I first read the headlines about a deadly virus, I was so freaked out of my mind I worried about the safety of my friends, my family, as well as myself. But once I started to understand the disease and compare the numbers like H1N1 and the Black Plague, it gave me a sense of hope, since it only affects people who can't defend themselves. But if I were to get sick, I have enough food, water, as well as medical supplies to quarantine myself until I can make a full recovery, so I don't get others sick from the coronavirus. I learned this from Markiplier when he talked about the coronavirus, including independent content creators like myself, because it's important that everyone must know about the dangers of the coronavirus. I know that people are overreacting about this disease, but I fully understand that there are others out there who can't fight this disease alone because they have a weaker immune system. Trust me when I say this, because only one person can spread the disease from a small isolated town to overpopulated city centers surrounded by business establishments. My job is also running out of hand sanitizers too, but Amazon has decided to donate all the medical masks to medical facilities since they need it the most. And yes, these cases will continue to rise for the next few months until they can develop a vaccine or an anti-drug viral to stop this epidemic. It's strange that China was able to contain the spread after 5 months of fighting off against the virus. But I will warn you, if you decide to search videos or articles on YouTube relating to China, it's not very pretty, since you'll see a ton of videos of people getting quarantined by government officials or being taken to a medical facility that was finished constructing the building 2 weeks ago with barred windows, which I think it prevents suicidal patients to escape from their closures. They ended up making sacrifices for the greater good until the virus burns itself out. The rest of the world, however, including Italy, have tried to contain the virus spread weeks before they decided to have a lockdown, preventing anyone from coming in and out of the country. But there have been reports that many people are dying from this disease since most elderly people are residents living in Italy. You also have the US trying to prevent this disease from happening. But I think the CDC and the US health officials made a big mistake. One of the health officials who used to work for the CDC became a whistleblower, discussing about how the CDC managed to screw things up is the lack of medical masks, gloves, swabs, and the lack of equipment they needed to contain the virus. And somehow there's been cases popping up from New York to Seattle as well as California. It was only the beginning until these three major city centers managed to spread thousands of people who have been contracted with the coronavirus. Despite US officials claiming they've contained the spread of this disease until almost 50 states have been reported, numerous cases popping up like zits. There are so many red dots I didn't have the time to register the numbers, but there's more than 35,000 cases popping up on the US. There could be more since the website usually updates by the hour. I don't think that this coronavirus will be able to go away at any time soon, but that doesn't mean that we should all be afraid of this epidemic just because we see a lousy news reporter or anchor talking about how dangerous coronavirus is. But we need to understand how this virus is capable of infecting people and what we can do to prevent it in case we were to get infected with COVID-19. So please remember to maintain social distancing up to at least 6 feet from someone and avoid larger crowds of people. Also, I do not encourage ordering takeout foods because there's a chance that someone could end up getting the flu sickness and pass on to the sickness without you knowing it. I know it's okay to order fast food restaurants on Uber Eats or Grubhub once in a while, but if you do decide to order a takeout delivery, you understand the ramifications that this disease could get you sick, and once after you recover, there's a chance that you could be vulnerable against germs since your immune system has exhausted all of its resources. If that were to happen, we need to isolate ourselves to make sure we have enough food and water by the time we make a full recovery. However, this disease will try to adapt new ways of infecting the body, so if your symptoms become mild, please call 911 immediately and seek medical attention. Okay, so I think that's about it of this video, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really do sure appreciate on all your help and support. So I'll just be sure and try to keep those videos posted as much as I can. So that doesn't mean that I'll be stopped making videos completely. I'm still gonna be continuing it, and I'm still gonna treat it as a hobby because I mostly just enjoy videos, just showing you guys of how great these videos are. Anyway, I think that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.